Hello friends, happy Friday! Today on PlayStation News we talk about Sony doing more PS2 games for PS Plus, a new leak about that LEGO Horizon collaboration, Fallout 4 leads European game sales for April, and Grand Theft Auto 6 gets a release window. Let's get to it. Sony's classic lineup for PlayStation Plus Premium so far has been somewhat underwhelming considering the history of PlayStation, but it appears more PS2 games will be added soon. Gematsu spotted a new PlayStation Store listing via the PlayStation Deals website for Star Wars The Clone Wars, and it's the first PS2 emulated game coming to PS4 and PS5 after the PS2 wave of classics that were added in 2019. This new PS2 game will have the additional emulator features we have seen in PS1 and PSP titles such as better resolution, rewind, quick save, and custom video filters. Back in March there was an interview from the website Time Extension with developer Implicit Conversion, who works on PS1 and PSP ports, and it was discovered on their website they could be working on more PS2 titles. There's no release date for this new PS2 game, and it doesn't mean all the PS2 favorites will start appearing, as depending on the game and publisher, older games may be difficult to bring back with copyright or legal issues, but it could be a good start. What PS2 classics would you like Sony to bring back? Let me know in the comments. For now, Sony is bringing more Horizon, but this is not the rumored Zero Dawn remake, instead a very interesting collaboration between Sony and LEGO. Back on Monday's video, we talk about these rumors coming from leaker Kurakasis and Tom Henderson on Twitter, who found this project on a trademark, and it was said that the trailer was ready to go about this collaboration, but there was doubt on whether it was a game or another LEGO set like the Tallneck. Both leakers have now confirmed the collab to be a game called LEGO Horizon Adventures, and the game is Horizon Forbidden West but LEGO with quote-unquote realistic graphics. Henderson confirms there's an art trailer for the game that was completed last month, so maybe we'll get an announcement for this at the Rumored Showcase. The Horizon brand so far has been rated teen in the US and PEGI 16 in Europe, but there have been hints of Sony possibly targeting a younger audience. For example, the character appearing in Genshin Impact, which is still teen in the US but PEGI 12 in Europe, and we also saw the Horizon multiplayer leak that had characters looking kind of like Fortnite. It will be interesting to see what Sony has planned for a Horizon brand by making it massive just before the TV series with Netflix comes out. Are you interested in a LEGO version of Horizon Forbidden West? Sound off in the comments. Next we have the results for European video game sales for April, showing the effect of the Fallout TV series, but there's some bad news for console sales. Console hardware dropped compared to the previous year by 47%, with all three consoles down substantially, since last year's PS5 sales were skyrocketing due to the recovery of a stock shortage, and Nintendo had new hardware along with the Mario movie and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. The game industry report didn't mention which console sold the most. PS5 has been the best seller so far this year every month in Europe, so I would assume that continued this month. PS5 led in accessories with the DualSense controller being number 1, but the accessory segment overall also dropped by nearly 17%. As for games, the Fallout effect pushed Fallout 4 to the top of the ranking, followed by EA Sports FC24. Helldivers 2 dropped one spot against last month to 3rd. Next was Grand Theft Auto 5. Red Dead Redemption landed 5th, then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, after that another Fallout game with 76, Hogwarts Legacy was in the 8th spot, Stellar Blade being the only new game this month debuted at number 9, and Fallout New Vegas closed the top 10. Stellar Blade was also number 4 in the PSN European Downloads chart for April, so it's a really great result for developers shift up after launching a new IP. What do you think about the sales results for this month in Europe? Post your thoughts in the comments. Before our next story, here's some quick-fire gaming news. Ghost of Tsushima is out now on PC, and it's another PlayStation PC success. As of recording, the game got a peak of 57.9 thousand concurrent users, ranking 4th in the most played PlayStation PC games after Helldivers 2, God of War, and Marvel's Spider-Man. It also has an 83% very positive score with over 2600 reviews, so Nixes just did it again. Developer Mint Rocket has announced that the free Godzilla DLC for Dave the Diver will be out next week on May 23rd for PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC. The game is right now part of the PlayStation Plus catalog. Ubisoft has replied to the controversy about Assassin's Creed Shadows requiring an online connection to install, and they confirmed that after the installation the game can be played purely offline. That's great, but it still sucks that the disc can be installed offline. Well, you're gonna download that Day 1 patch anyway. Geoff Keighley and Summer Game Fest have announced the first round of partners for this year's event, which will have a kickoff on June 7th. The list includes over 55 game companies with the likes of PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Meta, Capcom, 2K, EA, Sega, Bandai Namco, Thunderful, and more. I'll be reacting to these events in June, so make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified. Moving on, Take-Two revealed its results for the last fiscal year with some information on game sales and some good news on Grand Theft Auto 6. Overall, the company was mostly flat against the previous year with $5.35 billion in net revenue and $5.33 billion in net bookings. Red Dead Redemption 2 has now sold 64 million copies, NBA 2K24 only sold 9 million copies, which is less than the 11 million copies for 2K23, while WWE 2K24 and Borderlands 3 didn't get sales updates but are said to be outpacing their forecast. As revealed by Summer Game Fest, Take-Two publisher 2K will reveal the next iteration of one of their biggest and most beloved franchises at the kickoff event on June 7th. That could either be the next Borderlands, there are also rumors of a new Mafia game, and we can't forget about the long-rumored new Bioshock game. The other game to get a sales update was Grand Theft Auto 5, now with a staggering 200 million units sold worldwide, with its audience growing by 35% and the GTA Online audience growing by 23% for the year. 200 million still have GTA 5 as the second best-selling game ever behind Minecraft with 300 million. As for Grand Theft Auto 6, it was sort of delayed since Take-Two initially had the game for the beginning of the year, given the forecast for 2025, but since the trailer only said coming 2025, it's not exactly delayed yet. Instead, they have narrowed its release window for fall 2025, so it falls within the company's next fiscal year ending March 2026. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said they are highly confident that Rockstar Games will deliver an unparalleled entertainment experience, and their expectations for the commercial impact of the title continue to increase. So fall 2025 it is, but with games getting delayed every time, we could still see the game move to early 2026 and launch on time. If it sticks to the fall release window, we'll see tons of games moving out of the way. Do you think GTA6 will make that fall 2025 launch? Let me know your thoughts about that and any of this news in the comments below. If you want more PlayStation and gaming news, remember to subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an episode. You can also check out the previous video where we talk about Microsoft plans to go multi-platform, new PlayStation Plus games, Assassin's Creed Shadows launch details, and a lot more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.